A volunteer was injected with the first dose of a rapidly developed vaccine targeting the Bundibugyo strain of Ebola, driving a deadly outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. This was announced by the director of the World Health Organization, Tedros Ghebreyesus, who welcomed the launch of the clinical trial of an experimental vaccine. Earlier this month, a team at Oxford University in the UK announced it was launching the first trial for its Chad 0x1BDBV vaccine, which uses the same technology as AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine. The first dose was administered to a 37-year-old volunteer named Ed Hunt in Oxford on Friday.
Hello, my people. As you watching that short video clip, that they have developed a vaccine for the Ebola disease, deadly Ebola disease. They have developed this vaccine. And, when we talk about vaccine, I'm not going to be like a conspiracy theorist and say, oh, all vaccines is not good, there's a stuff behind this vaccine. But what I'm going to say is that when you talk about vaccine, Africa should always be cautious using vaccines that are not made in Africa or not developed by African scientists. We should be cautious because what we learned in COVID during the COVID pandemic is that the Chinese and the Russians, they refuse to use a COVID-19 vaccine that made outside their country. The same thing, China refused to do that. They developed their own vaccine. And now, when you look, if you watch that short video, you see that this vaccine they have already started testing. The Ebola vaccine they already started testing in Africa is not made in Africa. It's made in Oxford. Oxford University. They took charge of that, making that vaccine. And they should always be cautious for Africa using vaccine not made in Africa. Because we don't know the agenda of these people. Because even the Ebola itself, it might not even come from Africa. It might be something that they develop somewhere. I don't know. I'm not gonna say is any, but there's possibility that this is some disease they manufacture in a lab and tested it in Africa, drop it there, and that's it. Start sending people to Judgment Day. But because when you see the numbers, the numbers that the Ebola is killing, it kills people in high numbers. There's a big numbers there. But when they use this, if they can use this kind of vaccine as a weapon as well, people doesn't know that these people can use it's called biological weapon. They can use it to clear away a lot of people, human beings. That's why we shouldn't be jumping because the Ebola disease is, because we're under pressure, people are dying, and we're just gonna get help anywhere we want to get help. Because that's what's happening in Africa. It's always people are desperate sometimes, and they want to get help anywhere. And getting help, you need to be cautious. Get where you're getting your help from, because some people, they want the population of Africa to decrease. They want it. They will be happy if they hear that some people, like that, some people in this world, living in this world, if they wake up in the morning, let's say on 10th of August, they wake up and heard that half of Africa is gone. These people, some of these people, we just go and start drinking their coffee as they want to drink their coffee, and they will rejoice, they can even dance like there's nothing happened, because they don't mean well for Africa. I'm not saying that we should not get help if we need it, but we should be very cautious. We are in a modern time now. There's no reason why Africa cannot be able to develop their own vaccine. Somebody you have the same color with, you have the same genetical makeup almost. It should be able to develop something to help you, to help somebody the same color should be able to develop the same something to help prevent the person from disease than somebody that doesn't have your own. You are not related genetically somehow. You are just maybe your relationship in terms of genetical relationship may be like 2% with that person. But it's better that Africa develop their own vaccine. I'm not vaccine is a good thing, but it's better that we develop our own vaccine. Because like this Congo where this Ebola is, they have natural resources. They have lots of oil, I believe. Why can't they have why can't they invest in medical labs, scientists, and they have scientists in Africa, and let them be finding a way to develop their own African vaccine for Ebola, so that we don't depend on foreign vaccines that might not mean well for, that might have side effects. And and you remember what's happened in COVID-19 vaccine when they want to use it, when they want the masses to use COVID vaccine. The company that produce these vaccines, you have to sign that if anything happens from the use of the vaccine, you're not going to hold them responsible. The same thing is going to happen to these people developing this vaccine outside Africa. Before they're going to use it, bring it to Africa, the government have to sign, clear them. They don't have any liability. You know what I mean? But if they are serious, that stuff are working, why shouldn't they have liability? If they are confident to test this on human being. That's what we see. We should. The idea is that we shouldn't be taking vaccine from outside Africa that are not manufactured in Africa. That would be better for Africa, so we know what we are taking. You know what I mean? Peace.